Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cyclones offense will go to work first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
And the Cyclones getting set on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. At the 20, he's got space. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
What a weapon this guy is, right? At the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to bring down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
The give on the counter. Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cyclones!
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Baylor's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going, make it easy, because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Bears will line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. He's got great speed. Touchdown, Iowa State! The hidden yardage, the big play, special teams coming through. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returns are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on them. So quick, so elusive. Does such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score the TD.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's McLaurin. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Now improvising. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
The Bears need to pick it up on 4th down. But they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. And the Bears kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Got some room in to the goal line. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. They're going to run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Baylor! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Duke was able to cap off a close one in Durham with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They have set the tone in this one already inside a minute to play in a wild first quarter. Back to pass, it's Boley. Fires to the big fella. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
That's the end of the period, and Iowa State has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets rid of it. Snagged out of the air. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit. Yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in third down when you know the ball's going to come out fast.
Oh, he's got some space. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
You know, in the modern era of college football, with everybody throwing it, it becomes harder and harder for running backs to put up big-time numbers. With that last carry, though, this guy's got 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
That's caught. It's Keys. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Cyclones!
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continued to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. An 84-yard drive there. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. pass rush. Gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
The Bears line up to punt it away. He might just try to keep it away from this guy after a house call came after the first punt. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Bowling. It's complete to the right. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Line getting set on 2nd down. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. They get to him as he throws. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. The Cyclones will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. The screen, he's got wheels. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. Trying to take it back. At the 20. Touchdown, Cyclones! And they turn it into a defensive score. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays. They'll try to add another to their lead.
And he added the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Rush is on him. Going to try to get it himself. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Dropping back, it's Boley. Now adjusting. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The offense has it now at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Lee. Turning it on. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. You saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
They'll ride the hot hand.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add them down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Quarterback may change this route. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Trying to beat him to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Another Cyclones.
And the Cyclones back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
He's got it on the move. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart.
Baylor, 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Going right to work up top. Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. In 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. A little screen to the running back. Man, he is hard to wrap up as he gets it to the 32-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Quick strike complete. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's McLaurin. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like the magic from Hilton Coliseum has rubbed off on both teams there so far in Ames. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Jack Trice Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Cyclones will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006?
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
The Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Taylor. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Bears send out the punt unit. Hauls it in at the 25. Slips through the line. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Iowa State sending the offense back out. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Bears! What a play! Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And it's up and good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Tough to beat Maction, gentlemen. You know that. And let's take a look at the highlights. Miami has the lead right now, but even here in the cradle of coaches, you just never know. This has been a tight one inside Yager Stadium. They're up by a field goal over Toledo. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Bowling. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41. And a big pickup has this offense on the move. And the Cyclones will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going.
There he goes. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Give him 88 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Looking for a crease. It's Gray. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Cyclones are in the red zone. The give on the counter. And he fights his way forward, gets away from 1, but not much doing on that one.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
Makes the grab. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. The Cyclones, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to the toss. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cyclones! And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Quickly to the tight end. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the... tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the 1st down here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Bears will send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Gray. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass on 2nd down. Flips it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to break the pocket. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Here's the handoff. Fighting off the defender. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Running back searching for a hole. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and Iowa State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Now the play fake. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a rushing blow at this point in the game. Leaves it with the back. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Behind his big tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. Smashes it between the uprights. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They're really starting to extend. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
To throw, it's Lyle. Here's a heat. Can't make the connection, the pressure there. Missed timing.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And the Bears will punt it away on 4th down. Man, these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Makes the catch at the 30. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's got him. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll try the left side. Gets it past the marker. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Breaks into the open. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Cyclones come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally
got enough space. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they tacked on the extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Man, it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. Tennessee is on top, but it's not like Peyton Manning or T. Martin are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Alabama. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Gonna run it. It's McLaurin. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I think one of the most undervalued assets in good quarterback play is the play-action game. Making the run fake honestly and truthfully looking like run. You're fooling the defense, and then you're just making it easy.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field.
The Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. DBs will try to keep everything in front. It's complete to the left. He just slips and slides his way down to the 42.
And this game is obviously out of hand. Yeah, but I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
And they cut into this lead a little bit, but man, it's still a huge deficit. And they're going to need their defense to get a stop in this fourth quarter and get them the ball back quickly, still down by a good bit of points.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
And I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm. And we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.